Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Rachel Williams begins now.
Good evening, everyone. We start tonight's bulletin with some breaking news. Health authorities have just confirmed a Tasmanian man is being tested for the potentially deadly coronavirus. For more, we cross live to our reporter Michelle Wisby. Good evening, Michelle. What do we know so far about this case?
Rachel, we've just been told a Hobart man in his 30s has been admitted to the Royal Hobart Hospital and is being tested to rule out coronavirus. The Director of Public Health confirmed late this afternoon the man had travelled to China earlier this month and he went to the province where the virus broke out. Experts say the man has only relatively mild symptoms, and while the infection isn't strongly suspected, tests are now being done to rule it out. Now, those test results are expected back within the next few days, and now the man will remain in a negative pressure room with infection prevention and control precautions in place. Rachel, the man's contacts will now also be identified by authorities in case any further follow-up is required.
A worker presumed killed in a devastating collapse at the Henty gold mine on Thursday has tonight been named. Our reporter Ebony Ablett joins us now for the latest news on the tragedy. Good evening, Ebony. What have we learnt from rescue crews today?
Rachel, Tasmania Police has revealed the man believed to have lost his life is Queenstown local Cameron John Goss. It's been an anxious wait for the tight-knit mining town as rescuers embarked on a delicate operation deep underground. The incident has stunned the small community as everyone waited for news, all hoping for the best. Let's take a look now at how the past few days have unfolded. A devastating loss for a small town. Police have today revealed the identity of the miner presumed killed in this week's tragedy at the Henty gold mine, releasing this photo of Cameron John Goss, a 44-year-old man from Queenstown. Earlier this week, an emotional mayor spoke about the incredible toll the incident has had on the West Coast.
Incidents such as this hurt. There's no other way to explain it. But as a community, we'll come together and we'll move on.
Tasmania Police today said Mr Goss was well loved with experience in the mining industry. The loss has been described as devastating to his family, friends and local community, as well as the wider mining industry across the nation. It was on Thursday Cameron Goss was working deep inside the mine. Around 4 a.m, his colleagues lost communication when the section of the mine he was working in collapsed. Unable to locate him, they returned to the surface and raised the alarm, triggering a major rescue effort. Police and rescue teams used 3D and thermal imaging drones as well as robotic cameras in their search. But after multiple attempts, they were unable to find any signs of life.
Unfortunately, due to the images that we've received with the amount of debris that has fallen into that scene, we now think it's highly unlikely that our missing miner has survived.
Recovery efforts are continuing at the Henty gold mine. Operations will be suspended indefinitely, with counselling and support offered to all affected by the tragic event. Ebony Ablett, 7 Tasmania News.
More than 560 people are preparing to become our newest Australian citizens at ceremonies across Tasmania tomorrow. There's a significant increase in the number of people making the pledge, 4 times more than just 2 years ago. Nationwide, a record 27,000 people are expected to make the pledge on Australia Day at more than 450 events. Tasmania's largest composting facility has a new high-tech piece of equipment at its fingertips. The $1 million windrow turner is 20 times faster than its predecessor and is part of a raft of measures to grow the plant.
It's fresh off the shop floor, and for lovers of big machines, it's sure to get your motor running. Loud, large but effective, the purpose-built windrow turner has the task of chewing through dense compost piles. It has a price tag of $1 million, but those behind the controls say it's worth every cent.
Sometimes some of these windrows might be taking up to 5 or 6 hours to turn by a conventional excavator. The windrow turner, we can bring that down to under 15 minutes.
Before this organic matter makes it to our gardens, it is blended with thousands of tonnes of natural byproduct and then turned for months on end.
So there might be milk sludges and products like that. Different times we've taken even brewery byproducts.
The Dulverton facility is the largest of its kind in the state and has just submitted a new development proposal to build compost covers worth $5 million and almost the size of 2 football fields.
So that we don't have to deal with the effects of rainfall on our activity.
Successful council approval could also see the site take in more than 15,000 tonnes of FOGO waste from 4 neighbouring councils. Garth Burley, 7 Tasmanian News.
1,200 homes in northern Tasmania are tonight without water supply after a burst main flooded a rural road. The incident occurred in Legana this afternoon, with TasWater crews arriving quickly on the scene to try and stem the flow. It's expected water will not return to homes in the area until 9 o'clock tonight. Preparations are in full swing for what's believed to be one of Australia's oldest regattas. The Sandy Bay Regatta is getting ready to open for the 172nd time tomorrow. Up to 10,000 people are expected to attend, with events for all ages, both on and off the water. With a kids committee on site to lend a hand, organisers hope this next generation will allow the event to continue for many more years to come.
We all get together as one and we all help out amongst the committee, and hopefully that this committee will grow to be the older committee as time goes on, so then we can continue the tradition of the Sandy Bay Regatta.
We keep the program fairly standard from one year to the next, but we respond to the community and we respond to what the kids are asking us for, and as a result of that we get the kids coming back every year.
The regatta kicks off at 8 a.m, with the program set to include water races, a classic car show, live music and kids entertainment. The 10th annual Red Hot Summer Tour has kicked off its Tasmanian dates with a sold-out event at Hobart's Botanical Gardens this afternoon. Nearly 5,000 rock music fans flocked to the event, which featured iconic Australian artists such as The Living End and Killing Heidi.
These bands, these people grew up with, you know, they had posters on their walls in their bedrooms, just like I did as a teenager. So it's all about the memories and just recreating those days of when you were a teenager.
The festival moves to Launceston tomorrow for another sold-out event. A celebration of Tasmanian gin has attracted thousands of keen tasters queuing up to sample the very best of the state's local produce. The 3rd Ginuary Festival was today bigger than ever as the industry continues to grow.
Gin lovers getting into the spirit, a celebration of Tasmanian produce. The annual Ginuary Festival kicking off in Hobart today, created to celebrate the state's budding industry.
It has gotten bigger. It's wonderful. We had 18 distillers at the first January and now we have 26. It's a wonderful, wonderful industry. Everyone is so supportive of each other and I think that's what makes it different.
Thousands came along to taste the very best Tasmanian distillers have to offer, from well-established businesses to new additions from every corner of the state.
We make ours off a sugarcane base. We use the different types of botanicals. So in our summer we've got leatherwood honey, baronia and pepperberries.
We use all fresh citrus, including local Tasmanian limes and lemons in our gin. And then our gin's called Three Cuts Gin, so we add fresh roses from the Tamar Valley.
But for those who couldn't quite find the right drop, they could always make their own. These gin kits allowing everyone a chance to try their hand at crafting the perfect sip.
Well, a lot of people don't realise you can make your own gin, so I think that's the difference, where they're like, oh, I can start to, you know, share with your friends and family at home as well.
And as bushfires continue to devastate much of Australia, a portion of the event's takings will go to charities helping on the front line, expected to be around $30,000. Michelle Wisby, 7 Tasmania News.
To some developing news now. 2 men have been charged following a serious assault in Hobart this morning. The assault occurred in Liverpool and Murray Street, with the victim taken to the Royal Hobart Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The men have been bailed and will face court at a later date. The Hobart Hurricanes are still in finals contention after defeating the Sydney Thunder by 57 runs overnight. Mac Wright made it back-to-back 50s before Darcy Short had the Thunder in a spin in an extraordinary batting collapse.
In crucial times of the match, at the cutthroat end of the season, the men in purple were clinical.
This could be out as well. And gone! Oh, this has been something from the Hurricanes. Have they clicked?
A comprehensive victory allowing them to leapfrog the Thunder on the table, making the dream of a finals berth one step closer. With the bat, Matthew Wade continued his purple patch, forming a punishing 97-run partnership with top-order revelation Mac Wright.
Nicely. He's gone at this. That's 6 more. On the roof of the dugout.
A piece of boundary brilliance threatened to derail the innings.
Miller lofts long down the ground. Caught! Flicked in. Brilliant!
Before parting veteran George Bailey farewelled home fans in an entertaining
Bailey likes that.
And eccentric 29-run knock.
Hello, George.
A flurry of late boundaries powering the total to 185. In reply, James Faulkner showed no signs of an injury cloud.
Oh, Kawaja's turn now. Chance of a catch, caught!
As the run rate climbed, Alex Hales upped the ante, blasting 22 off one Clive Rose over.
He goes high and long and powerfully.
The Thunder racing to 100 off 12 overs before a cataclysmic collapse, losing 8 for 28 as Darcy Short tore through the batting lineup with his first BBL fifer.
Variations. Lenton has a go at this, might be out.
The Hurricanes' red-hot form could be tested when they do battle with the second-place strikers tomorrow. Garth Burley, 7 Tasmanian News.
Richie Porter's lost the lead of the Tour Down Under heading into tomorrow's last stage. Port enters the final day trailing two-time defending champion South African Daryl Impey by just 2 seconds.
We're going to have guys up there tomorrow. I was a little isolated today, so hopefully tomorrow the boys are on song.
Italian Giacomo Nizzolo claimed today's stage victory in a sprint finish at Victor Harbour.
Welcome back. Friendly beaches reached the state's top temperature today with 25 degrees. 24 in Hobart, a top of 21 in Launceston, Burnie and Devonport. It was cloudy across the state today with showers around the north, west and central areas for most of the day. St Helens reached 24, Ouse, Grove and Maria Island all 23. Low Head 20, Smithton 19, Lyweedy and Strawn a top of 17. Cloud covering over Tasmania today with mountain wave activity over a lot of the state. A northwesterly airstream is producing areas of low-level cloud over much of Tasmania, as well as some coastal regions of Victoria and South Australia. A tropical low over the Northern Territory is triggering widespread thunderstorm activity across the north of the country. Tomorrow shows a surface trough lingering around the northeast of Tasmania during the morning before moving off during the day. A ridge pushes across the state. A high-pressure system remains over the Bight with another off Western Australia. West to northwesterly winds 10 to 20 knots, reaching 30 knots in the southwest in the morning. Seas mostly 1 to 2 metres. A strong wind warning is in place for the southwest coast. Tomorrow, cloudy and 23 in Hobart, Richmond a top of 24, a possible shower and 22 in Ouse. Launceston a shower or 2 and 24, a shower or 2 in Devonport and Deloraine also. 21 in Burnie, showers in Strawn and Curry. St Helens and Swansea, partly cloudy and a top of 25. Cloudy and 22 in Whitemark. UV ranging from 9 to 11 across the state, which is very high and extreme. On Monday, showers about the west and far south, mostly fine elsewhere. Fine apart from showers about the west, gusty northwesterly winds. And on Wednesday, fine apart from showers in the west during the morning and afternoon. Sunny and 35 in Perth, cloud clearing in Adelaide, 27 and partly cloudy in Melbourne. 35 in Canberra, a possible shower in Brisbane and 30 and a shower or 2 in Sydney. And it's currently 23 in Hobart, mostly cloudy, 18 in Launceston and 17 and cloudy in Devonport. That's all in weather for your Saturday night. Back to you, Rach.
Thanks for that, Letitia. Well, just returning to our lead story tonight, New South Wales is set to confirm 3 cases of the potentially deadly coronavirus in that state. It comes as Tasmania is testing a man in his 30s for the virus in Hobart. We'll have more on that story for you tomorrow night, but that's all of your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.